Hi guys, welcome to my show and tell. My name is Ana Rojas and I will be sharing a few objects that represent me and are very meaningful to me in my life and my life values, stuff like that. So a few things before I actually get started. I am actually a sophomore. I'm going to be a junior next semester here at U of H. My major is psychology, and I actually do plan on getting my master's degree or my doctorate's degree in psychology. What I want to do with my degree, I want to be a relationship and family therapist. So just think about Dr. Phil. I know it sounds really funny, but I feel like that's a very important. I just feel like in today's society, it's so normalized to talk about mental health. And even though in certain communities, it's very like taboo still, but I feel like here in America and where I want to live in the future, it's just a very expressive and very normal, to about like mental health, which I appreciate and I love because it took so much hard work, and it honestly creates a great space so I can have my career, so I can follow my passion and actually live out my dream in becoming a therapist and helping others with their mental health and relationships, every type of relationship. So I know that kind of went on a tangent, but I'm very passionate, but that comes from a space. So anyways, so my first item that I would like to talk about is going to be my high school tassel. I lost the actual hat with the whole moving process. I left it in the dorm at U of H and now I don't know where it is. But anyways, yes, the tassel, at least I found that. So I feel like this represents me, and not only does it represent me, it represents my parents. So in regards to this representing me, this represents like the hard work that I put in. Even though I wasn't valedictorian or anything, it did take a lot. I was involved in lots of clubs, lots of organizations in high school, and it took a lot of work to actually graduate and get good grades. So I'm glad that I graduated top 20% of my class, and it really took a lot for me to get through those hard days, to get through those depression full days of like not wanting to go to class and seeing all your friends in football games, and now I'm here stuck in my room studying for hours. So I feel like in a way this represents all the hard work and my persistent, perseverant attitude that got me to graduate. And I feel like this also represents my parents. And the only reason why I say it represents my parents is because they moved here from Colombia and moved me all the way here to America to create a better life. And honestly, it sounds selfish, but I didn't understand why. I was too young to understand why we're making such an uncomfortable move to a whole nother country in a place that I wasn't comfortable in. But I'm actually very glad, and I feel like this represents them because they moved me here to get a better life, to get a better education, so I can do something with myself. And even though you're very capable of doing something with yourself in another country, it honestly it pushes you. Once you realize all the sacrifices that they made for you, it means everything to me. So I feel like not only did I do it for myself because I want to be successful and I want to live a very comfortable and significant life, I just feel like it represents my parents just as much because I want to put in all the work that they put in for me. So yes, so this moves on to my next object. Now I don't have a U of H diploma yet. It is currently in the works because I do plan on getting my master's or doctorate's degree in psychology at U of H because go Cougs. But I have my beanie. So this is going to be my U of H beanie, and I feel like U of H really does represent me. I love U of H. I know sometimes people like say and nitpick a few things about U of H, but compared to a lot of universities in other states or even countries, U of H is a very great, welcoming, like good environment college campus. I love a lot of professors there, all the clubs, all the organizations, like there's so many things to do. And I feel like that really does represent me because I chose to go to the school not only because yeah, sure, friends, like they do play an influence, but being in the campus is a different energy. Like I've met so many great people, so many great connections, and I feel like it honestly really does represent me and my personality and makes me want to strive for better things. So for my next object, I have my niece's baby hat. And so my niece, her name is Harper Lee. Obviously she's not with me. It's nighttime. She's sleeping. Well, she would probably be awake in an hour, so maybe I'll show her if I redo this. But my niece, I love her. I feel like she not only, this represents her, and she represents a lot to me. I didn't really grow up with a little sister or any smaller siblings, so I never really knew like how to form a connection and like have like a motherly instinct. It was always like my mom or my older sister like doing that to me, but I never knew how to do it to others. And I feel like she really taught me how to like nurture in a way. And I know that sounds weird, but she really did teach me how to nurture and like be with her and consistently, and like she just represents like a selfless, like the selflessness in me. Like every single time I think of doing something, I always think of her. Like first things first is her. So I feel like she really brings out this side of like unconditional love, and she gives me the reason like why we're here, why we even exist. And I know it sounds really crazy and weird, but like she makes me just realize, like open my eyes, even though it's not my baby, it's literally not my child, but it just opens my eyes and makes me realize like this is the reason why people do it. Like this is like why, like it's just so much love, so much passion. And I just, every single time I see anything like that's my niece. I love her. So yeah, she represents unconditional love for me, and she gives me the reason why like I cannot wait to graduate and be successful so I can have my own baby. I mean, that sounds crazy, but like my own child, and give her whatever, or he, whatever they want. So yeah, that was kind of a random one, but yeah. My next object is going to be a cowboy boot. So the reason why I picked a cowboy boot is because I feel like it represents like my home. And even though I'm not like the most super like country girl ever, I feel like cowboy boots, weirdly enough, it represents home. I've been to a lot of places, thank God, but I just know home. It makes me feel at home. And I love Texas. Like coming here from another country, I came from Colombia. Like I said earlier, my parents were from a different country, and they moved me here for a better life, better opportunities. But I genuinely feel like anything that represents Texas is just like, okay, like it's just the stability of home. Like Texas is so calm, so spacious, especially where I live in Cinco Ranch. And it's just so like spacious and calm. And yeah, sure, like Texas has Houston, and sometimes things happen, and there have been a lot of like incidents and bad things, and like I'm not going to ignore that. But like to me and my experiences here in Texas, it's always been very great. It's where I go to school, it's where my niece was born, it's where my parents like bought their first home, and I just feel like that's so important to me. Like we also own a ranch in George West, Texas, and I love just putting my boots on, going outside, helping my mom in the garden or anything like that. Like it's just great. And I just feel like this boot represents not only the hard work that my family has done here in Texas to like buy their own land and allow me to, you know, like have a space to do whatever I want. And in a weird way, this boot represents like the consistency and the life that I have built here in America. So yeah, those were a few things about me. I believe that was 4 things about me. And even though it's a small thing, I just think it's about the bigger picture. But yes, that was my show and tell project. Thank you for staying tuned. I cannot wait to watch all of you guys' show and tell projects, and I hope you learned a little bit more about me. Bye, thank you.